Okay, this is push and pull day, and you will need a band for the warm-up and a set of dumbbells. So the warm-up is going to be 4 movements, 45 seconds through each movement, 2 times through. The warm-up is going to start with a band. You're going to do banded pull apart, shoulders are down away from your ears, squeezing those shoulder blades back together, really get that engagement between your shoulder blades. Then you're going to take the band. The next movement will be a pass-through, opening up your chest all the way overhead, back to the front is your banded pass-through. The third movement is going to be a push-up down dog. You're going to get on the floor all the way down, push yourself up, and then into a down dog, which is your head is through your window, through your arms, like you are pushing it through a window. All the way back down, push up, head through the window, and repeat. That is your push-up down dog. The last movement is going to be banded Superman press. You're gonna have a band and you're gonna be on the floor. Everything's gonna come off the floor and you're gonna pull the band down to your chest and press it overhead, back down. Lift up, pull it to your chest, press overhead and back down. Everything is off the floor, pull it back to your chest and then overhead. That is your last movement of the warm-up, is the Superman band press. The workout is going to be two separate sections, with 3 movements per section. You're gonna need a set of challenging weights. So the goal is to get 10 heavy reps in, 10 challenging reps with heavier weight. So the goal is to work on tempo in the first 3 movements. It's gonna be a 1, 2, 3 tempo count, which looks like this. The first movement is going to be tempo push-ups. So you can have dumbbells for this one and do your push-ups on the dumbbells to keep your wrist straight. The goal is to go slow and controlled on the way down. So you're going to go down for 3 seconds. On the hardest part of the movement is your longest count. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, pause for 2, and then up as fast as you can for 1. So it's either 1, 2, 3 count or 3, 2, 1, depending on what part is the hardest of that movement. So the hardest part of a push-up is going down towards the floor. So you go 1, 2, 3, up on that one. So you go to your knees, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,003, pause for 2 seconds, and then up for 1. For a whole 45 seconds of those tempos, or you can count for 10 reps. So that is the first movement. The second movement is going to be a strict press. So you're gonna sit down. To eliminate the lower body, you're gonna press up as fast as you can. Pause, and then 1, 2, 3, and then repeat. Up, pause, 1, 2, 3, up. That is your tempo strict press. The last movement is going to be a tempo bent row. So you're gonna stay in a bent position, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Hips are back, your back is flat, as parallel to the floor as you can be. Imagine you're sitting a cup of water on your back, and so it's like a tabletop. That's how flat and parallel that's the goal, is to be flat and parallel to the floor. You're gonna pull those weights back to your hip for a 2-second squeeze, and then a 1, 2, 3 seconds on the way down. And then pull as fast as you can. Pause for 2 seconds, 1, 2, 3. Pulling those weights all the way back up to your hips for 2 seconds, 1, 2, 3. So that is your last movement of that first section. So it's tempo push-ups, tempo strict press, tempo bent row in that section. The second section is going to be a pec fly, straight arm overhead, extension, and hammer curls. So this one is not really a tempo, it's just as much as you can, and as heavy as you can, and as much as you can maintain form. So you're gonna lay back on the bench. You're gonna go open with those arms. So you feel that stretch and pull straight up. Open with those arms with a heavy enough weight that you can really challenge yourself in those last few reps. Open up, slight bend in those elbows, squeeze, and the last 8, 9, and 10 reps should be a challenge where you're really trying to test those muscles for 9, and then 10. And then your next movement is gonna be on your back again. You're keeping your arms straight. You're going overhead with those dumbbells together, pulling up over your head. So keep those dumbbells close. Squeeze that core, slight elbow bend, and pull straight up. You're squeezing those weights together as you pull overhead. You can also do it with just one weight, overhead and back to the top. The hammer curl is the last one. You're gonna set at the end of the bench. The weight is in front of you. Your elbows are off your side, pulling up to your shoulders, and then slow on the way down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3. So the slowest part of that tempo is going to be on the easiest. Whenever the weight wants to fall towards the floor, you go slower and you resist the urge to just drop the weight. So that is the last movement of that section. So you're going to go those 3 movements for 4 rounds through. The last part is going to be, the afterburner is going to be banded V-set, pull aparts, Russian twist, and standing side crunch. So what that looks like is V-sit. So you're sitting in a V position, pulling that band across your chest, like so, squeezing those shoulder blades for 45 seconds. Then you're gonna do a Russian twist with a weight. You're gonna go from side, rotate your shoulders, over your head, rotate your shoulder, press over your head, back to the side. That is your Russian twist with a press. And then the last one is going to be with heavier weights to your side. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, tuck those hips under, squeeze that core. You're gonna reach down to the side, squeeze that core as you stand up. To the other side, squeeze that core. So it's a standing side crunch. Keeping that core engaged the whole time as you reach to the side. So that is your last movement of the afterburner. I hope you have fun.